We have gotten the trailer for season 2 of Doctor Who, and it looks so good. But the biggest mystery of all is, of course, the new companion, Belinda Chandra, who, of course, we first met as a completely different character in season 1, in the episode Boom, as Mundy Flynn. So, what did this trailer tell us about Belinda Chandра's character in Doctor Who? Well, firstly, it confirmed that this isn't just a "we really love the actor, so we're gonna cast them as a different character" type of thing like we've had before. The most famous one definitely being during RTD's first run, where we saw Freema Agyeman play one of the Torchwood workers in Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, and then straight away in the next series we have Freema Agyeman returning as companion Martha Jones in Smith & Jones. And then they added a little line about Martha having a cousin to tie up the canon. Here, however, we have it confirmed that these are two separate characters, but do look the same and appear with what looks like the same genetics in the show, but are from two separate time periods. As we see in the trailer,
there is something already connecting us.
That means we're dealing with several versions of Belinda Chandра's character throughout time. Now, it's unclear whether Mundy and Belinda are the only two variations of the character, or if there are more, but regardless, they appear to have no realization that each other exist until the Doctor points it out. Now, it sounds very similar to a previous companion storyline, Clara Oswin Oswald, the Impossible Girl, who also had variations of herself appear throughout time and space across the Doctor's timeline, as Clara jumped in it to protect the Doctor from the Great Intelligence. And whilst I loved Clara and Oswin, I don't think RTD would repeat what Stephen Moffat already did, and so I do reckon it isn't that there are several variations because Belinda is an impossible girl or is there to save the Doctor or something along those lines. Instead, I think we're dealing more with deception. We know throughout Gatwa's run, the main forces at play have been the Pantheon of Discord. Maestro, the Toymaker, Sutek, and judging by what Ncuti says in the trailer,
we think we are so clever. We're like children. Our entire reality is in danger. But the games are deadly.
Now, this to me would suggest that all is not what it seems. We've already had a character who appeared throughout different time zones and realities last season, being Susan Triad, who did end up being a pawn for one of these Pantheon gods, Sutek. So I wouldn't be surprised if a new Pantheon god was behind all this, or a returning one. The idea of having someone so close to the Doctor being actually a pawn for something else sounds just up one of the Pantheon of Discord's pathways, such as the Trickster, for example. And so the Trickster or another Pantheon god could have created these time variations of Belinda Chandra throughout time in order to get closer to the Doctor. Not to mention, Belinda's nickname is
I'm called the nurse,
which is a direct copy of the Doctor, which makes me think the Pantheon are using Belinda from modern day by copying Mundy so the Doctor will trust her and get intrigued by her, and then get Belinda to almost become one with the Doctor so that the reality can change around them in the reveal. Also, don't know whether it's a coincidence that we have the Doctor and now the nurse, and when they first met they were dealing with the ambulance. There is also the possibility that Mundy did already know who the Doctor was, and we've got a bit of a River Song timey-wimey thing going on, but from rewatching Boom, I don't think Mundy had any clue who the Doctor was, unless she was just trying to act in order to protect the timeline, so I don't think that is likely. And then we have the Mrs. Flood dilemma throughout all of this, which could be connected, but that just gets very, very confusing. So overall, I do think the Pantheon Discord are behind all of this, and I reckon they have maybe like cloned Belinda throughout several versions of time in order to get closer to the Doctor, and are trying to do some reality bending sort of thing, because as the Doctor says, all is not what it seems. But what do you guys think about this? How do you think Belinda Chandра's character fits in to all of these Doctor Who timelines, and do you reckon we're taking a similar approach to what we did with Clara, to what we did with Susan Triad, or something completely different? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, and as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.